All right. Hey, good morning. It's Noel. And hope you guys are doing good. We are um having Thanksgiving this week for 2025. And yeah, uh, should be pretty good. Yesterday is my mom's birthday. Um, it's just, you can't stop time. It's just crazy. I, yeah, it's wild. That's why I think it's important, like, not to spend your whole life just working away, looking forward to retirement. Um, you know, there's so many years in between, you know, being a kid and retirement that, uh, gosh, I know a lot of times it's easy. Like, one day I'll retire and don't have to do all this stuff. I like, I don't really, uh, I don't see myself retiring completely ever. Um, but and this isn't even about that, but it's just more just, I think, you know, finding a purpose and keeping it going, uh, and being content. It's all difficult stuff to do, even though it shouldn't be. So, okay, sorry, I started off track today. So, Luke 21 this morning, and yeah, we I think we have one more day, two more days, three, yeah, two. Sorry, 3 more days in Luke after this. If I keep doing one a day, yeah, it seems like the whole book of Luke. I haven't been sleeping very well, and so I'm kind of dragging in the morning. It feels like, uh, and mostly just raising puppies when they get to that age. It's early mornings. Um, it's not even early mornings. I mean, it is that, but it's also the like middle of the night, type stuff, and the up and down. So, all right, here we go. Luke 21. As he looked up, Jesus saw the rich putting their gifts into the temple treasury. He also saw a poor woman, or sorry, a poor widow, put in 2 very small copper coins. I tell you the truth, he said. This poor widow has put in more than all the others. All these people gave their gifts out of their wealth, but she gave out of her poverty. But in all she and put in all she had. Some of the disciples were remarking about how the temple was adorned with beautiful stones, with gifts dedicated to God. But Jesus said, "As for what you see here, the time will come when not one stone will be left on another. Every one, every one of them will be thrown down." Teacher, they asked, when will these things happen? And will there, sorry, and will there be a sign that they are about to take place? He replied, "Watch out watch out that you are not deceived. For many will come in my name, claiming I am He, and the time is near. Do not follow them. When you hear of wars and revolutions, do not be frightened. These things must happen first, but the end will not come right away. Then he said to them, Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be great earthquakes, famines, and pestilence in various places, and fearful events, and great signs from heaven. But before all this, they will lay hands on you and persecute you. They will deliver you to synagogues and to prisons, and you will be brought before kings and governors, and all on account of my name. This will result uh, in your being witnesses to them. But make up your mind not to worry beforehand how you will defend yourselves, for I will give you the words and wisdom that none of your adversaries will be able to resist or contradict. You will be betrayed even by parents, brothers, relatives, and friends, and they will put some of you to death. All men will hate you because of me, but not a hair on your head will perish. By standing firm, you will gain life. When you see Jerusalem being surrounded by armies, you will know that its desolation is near. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let those in the city get out, and let those in the house, sorry, what's my place? And let those in the country not enter the city. For this is the time of punishment and fulfillment of all that has been written. How dreadful it will be in those days for pregnant women and nursing mothers. There will be a great distress in the land and wrath against the people. They will fall by the sword and will be taken as prisoner to all the nations. Jerusalem will be trampled on by Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles are fulfilled. There will be signs in the sun, the moon, and stars. On earth, nations will be in anguish and perplexity at the roaring and tossing of the sea. Men will faint from terror, apprehension of what is coming for the coming on the world. For the heavenly bodies will be shaken. At that time, they will see the Son of God coming on a cloud with a powerful and great glory. When these things begin to take place, stand up, lift your head, because your redemption is drawing near. He told them this parable. Look at the fig tree and all the trees. When they sprout leaves, you can see for yourself, and you know summer is near. Even so, when you see these things happening, you know the kingdom of God is near. I tell you the truth, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. Be careful of your hearts. Be careful, or your hearts will be weighed down and dissipate with dissipation, drunkenness, and anxieties of life. And that day will close on you unexpectedly like a trap, for it will come upon all those who live on the face of the earth, whole earth. Be always on watch. Pray that you may not. Pray that you may be able to escape all that is about to happen, and that you may be able to stand before the Son of Man. Each day, Jesus was teaching at the temple, and each evening he went out to spend the night on the hill called the Mount of Olives, and all the people came early in the morning to hear him at the temple. Whew. That's some powerful stuff. Um, I think there's so much in here that we're just, at least in my experience, not educated on. You got Christians talking everywhere about the end times and all the stuff that's going on in the world right now and all this kind of mess. I mean, it's understandable why. Okay, that's fine. You know, um, I don't know. Then you just hear Jesus like, you know, when it is that time, and yes, there's all these terrible things going on and all that. You know, Jesus will be riding on a cloud. I mean, coming from heaven. Um, when these things begin to take place, stand up, lift your head, because your redemption is drawing near. And it's just like, I don't think that, like we rarely get to that part of you know uh, the end. I guess usually it's about the wars and rumors of wars and all that, and sometimes like it does get to like Jesus coming riding on a cloud coming down kind of thing. Um, Coming in a cloud. I shouldn't say riding on a cloud. It's not, you know. But like, what are you supposed to do? I mean, be careful, or your hearts will be weighed down with dissipation, drunkenness, and the anxieties of life. And that day will close on you unexpectedly like a trap. it seems like something pretty important to, teach on, to share with your congregation, to, you know what I mean? Like, seems like something that should be like talked about. Um, and I'm sure, yeah, this isn't a generalization. I'm just talking about my experience. Like, you know, be careful, don't let your hearts be weighed down by it, and blah blah blah. But then, like, when you do see these things begin to happen, stand up, lift your heads, because your redemption is drawing near. That's pretty important too. Like, sorry, these are like eternally important things. I would really like to know, you know, a general number of like Christians that like have heard, or yeah, heard sermons, teachings, all this from their church, on these kinds of things. Like, I mean, yeah, sorry, it's frustrating, to me, because I just, I know the whole end times topic. It's interesting to me too. Don't get me wrong, but like, I know that's talked about quite a bit, and maybe not even talked about by your pastor in churches quite a bit, because I think a lot of people are intimidated to talk about it. But at least from a you know pulpit, um, but I think from a just you know Christian conversation perspective, the end times are talked about quite a bit, because it is interesting, and I think we have a natural curiosity, just like he's saying in here, and even telling them, like, you know, there's going to be folks saying that I'm the guy, or the time is near, or whatever, and don't listen to those people. You know, and yeah, there's going to be wars and rumors of wars, whatever. All that has to happen. Like, he's like basically giving us all of this information, and then it's just I mean, how simple is it to give us that information? Like, Jesus giving this information, and then you know saying, here's what you do when you see me, Jesus, coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Like, stand up, lift your heads, because your redemption's near. Like, that's what we're waiting on, not the end times. Like, we're waiting on that. I understand it's one than the other, but it's like, yeah, I would love to get to a place in faith that you know um, there's more of that focus on, like, here's what's coming. you know here's what's coming after the you know the wars, rumors of wars, stuff, and all this. Like, and that be more of the like, I don't know, conversation. Anyway, yeah, it's um, I think a lot of times it's like this, Jesus telling us, uh, what's happening or what's going to happen, the instruction, all of that, and for some reason we don't get it, or we, you know, I don't know, focus on something else other than what he's telling us. It's just weird. Yep, you're okay. Yeah. Anyway, that's Luke 21. Uh, yeah, uh, man, yeah. Jesus did a lot of teaching in there. Gosh. Well, yeah. Like I mentioned yesterday, still working on getting stuff ready for this apparent snowstorm that's coming. Um, uh, yeah. Uh, I don't know. We'll see how much we actually get, but it's supposed to be, you know, the Thanksgiving weekend, so we don't really have to go anywhere, um, you know, for Thanksgiving other than 15 minutes down the road. Uh, but there's yeah, with all the travel going on this weekend, we'll see what happens. Um, yeah, I don't know. They heard the other day it's supposed to be a lot more snow than normal for us this year, so we haven't hardly gotten, you know, near normal amount of snow in the last probably 2 or 3 at least years. I mean, to the point where like, you know, I think the last couple of years I've only used a snowblower on a whole driveway like two or three times. Really, it's not been a lot. Which, don't get me wrong, that's fantastic. Um, I often dream of the sunny Christmas that you could experience, in Florida or wherever else. I mean, gosh, uh, it gets pretty, I don't know, pretty long, um, and short days. So uh, it's just part of the deal, and I try and have somewhat of a decent attitude about it because uh, everything will spring back up here in spring. Um, and really, I think my you know trees and ground and everything could use you know um, a good winter. Um, you know, um, it's just I couldn't. I don't want to use a good winter. So uh, I do have a new wood stove coming tomorrow. Yeah, it should be here tomorrow to put in for the into the house. So I'm pretty excited about that, and uh, it's just something to play with. Something else to play with over winter. as far as fires in the house and everything. So I'm trying to stay busy, um, and and do some indoor projects. During the winter, uh, so you don't have to spend that time inside when it's nice out in the summer or spring. So anyway, way off track again. Um, all right, I better get to work. So you guys have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. All right.